remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, over my heart can remember.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Wednesday, man. Y'all smash that like button, sub to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday, man, which has been doing very, very well, man. But sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. It is free to sign up. Or, of course, we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, a music section, you name it. Ironically, right? Off mode, but on mode, as y'all come in and out and smash that like button. I just read in the Discord kind of what's going on. I ain't caught up all the way. I'm a little behind, right? Okay. But I just caught up on the message. I've had a very, very busy day, but I just caught up on some of the message in the Discords. I will follow up on that to see what's going on. It seems very entertaining, though. I'm not mad or anything like that. But off mode, but on mode. But tonight's topic, man. Looks like Nike names a new brand president as the previous person retires. The swoosh makes more big management changes. So we're going to be covering that tonight. And then I do want to talk a little bit about Skechers. Apparently, Skechers has been acquired by 3D Capital for $9 billion, which, to be honest, I know Skechers is something that probably a lot of us don't wear, but the brand is obviously it's still worth that. So I mean, it's worth talking about. And at the end of the day, this is sneaker talk, so I kind of want to cover as much news as possible. So only 2 topics tonight. Only gonna be on this joint for like an hour, and maybe some change, but an hour at best because we do have the Knicks tonight, and they're playing, in the playoffs, and they've already won the first game, so it really has been very, very interesting. So if you guys aren't into sports, I understand that, but for the people that are, you know how it is. In fact, they're about to start right now, but I will be catching the tail end of the game. Pause. Let's see what we got in the chat real quick, and then we'll get the party started. We'll talk upcoming sneaker releases toward the end of the live. Nothing particular I've seen that's really kind of sticking out other than the UNC Jordan 1, so I think we're getting ready to prep for that. I've seen some information like that, so right when I get off live, I'm going to do my very, very best to catch up with the Discord, and then, of course, more content on the way per usual. Let's see what we got in the chat, and then we will dive right in. Looks like we got Hazuma. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Says, yo, what up, what up, what up? We got Brian Williams. Says, Jay Jones with all the emojis. What up, Brian? I be seeing you commenting on pretty much all my videos, man, so I try to show love back as well. Also, make sure y'all let me know if audio and visual is okay. Everything should be set up the same, but at the same time, you know how sometimes lives can go. Looks like we have Long Beach Joe Jets in the building. Says salutes and respect to Polo in the chat. What up, Long Beach? What up, what up, what up, what up? Appreciate y'all for coming in tonight, man. So pretty much, finally, I feel like a slight break from tariffs, but at the same time, I feel there's going to be more information going down the rabbit hole on that one as things come to like make changes as far as we have new administration in office, man. So you can't help kind of not talk about it, but I did want to at least let you know that it's obviously going to be more, but I think I covered all that on Saturday because it seems like it's been something every week, but there is that 90-day pause as they work in the office. So we'll see how that goes as well. And other than that, I think we should be good to go. Thank you, Long Beach, for confirming that audio and visual is good. Appreciate that, sir. And then I do plan on adding like where towards the end of the live, not today, but honestly, I know I was supposed to do it last Saturday, but I think I'm going to try my very best to do it this Saturday where if you want to hop up in the Discord, you got to be a part of the Discord. But if you want to hop up in the Discord and say some thoughts or chats and stuff like that, then we will definitely add that part on. Because I actually do that as I've been starting to like actively put out more like snippets of the lives. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to see stuff that, I can change, tweak, this, that, and the third. This is all a learning process for me as well. Let's see. Long Beach Joe Jet says, tariffs will never stop. LOL. This is true. And to be honest, long story short, stuff will always be rising over time. If you look at, and I've watched I watch sneaker YouTube a lot, and the person did a comparison of what they paid for the shoe. They did a video and recopped the shoe again like years later, and they show how the shoe had went up damn near like, I want to say at least 15 to 20 bucks over the years easily. And we can break that down simple by as something as comparing it to what the Air Force One was when it first came out and to what we pay for it now. I remember when it was $65, which did not last long. And I remember when it set at $75 for a very long time. And then out of nowhere, after the $75 mark, I don't remember paying nothing but $90 or more for a long time. And then now they're back up again. I want to say roughly anywhere from $115 to $130, depending on what the shoe is. Ironically, we did have today, if I'm not mistaken, the dirty Air Force Ones that dropped today, if I'm not mistaken, where the shoe wipes, the more you wear it, the cleaner it's supposed to get, and it comes with the brush joint. Me and Dunks was talking about that off mode on the live, not on live, but just amongst ourselves of our thoughts on that one. So I'm very curious if the generation actually did show up and show out for those. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna check the sneakers app right now just to see if they're still available, and if so, I'll share my screen on that as well. But looks like they actually sold out. And to be honest, dog, wow, me and Dunks called it. These dirty triple black and the dirty triple white Air Force Ones, they actually sold out. But if I had to guess, and I can't speak for nobody, this is something was gimmicky by Nike, a smart move, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of people, from what I've seen, they wanted to buy them just to see how it works, right? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be probably, mark my words, within the next like week, or probably by the end of this week or next week, we're going to see videos floating around, including YouTube shorts, where people is trying to do the example of trying to get them as clean as possible once previous dirty, just to see if they can get that video out first. You cannot convince me, dog. I won't be one of them, but I mean, to each their own, because at the end of the day, like I told Dunks, you can spend your money whatever you want to spend it on. I'm not going to tell you what to spend your money on, right? Let's see. Looks like we got Slayer in the building. Says, what's up, my sneaker peeps 100? What up, Slayer? What up? Says, yo, Skechers, where my ish back in elementary, especially them light up joints. I can honestly say I've never had a pair of Skechers. I think my mom had a pair, but I never had a pair of Skechers, man. I just couldn't do it. I don't remember, but I remember they were very like, they had a lot of commercials going on back in the day too. So when I mean, you don't become a $9 billion company without making sales. So obviously they had an audience. But I feel like Skechers, when it first came out, I think they tried to cater to the kids, and then it went up to, I feel like, the older generation. And no disrespect, because we need the OGs and I respect them. But I remember like it used to be like catchy for kids, and then it went up to the older generation. And kind of like once my generation got out of that like kiddie shoe phase and we were looking for the cool shoe phase, like the Jordans, and then I wore a lot of skateboarding shoes back then too, like not just Nike SB either. I'm talking like, and not just the Nike SB Dunk. I remember when it was Nike SB before the Dunk became on there, but I did used to rock some Dunks. I did used to rock like S. I used to rock like Osiris. I used to rock literally, what else am I thinking of? I rocked Vans. I definitely had a pair of Vans as well. You name it, man. So yeah, I've had a lot of big, like around the board, like sneaker brands over the years, man. So if I had to do a quick rough math of how many sneakers I've had in my adult life, I know I've cleared the 1,000 mark easily. You know what I mean? Like on some real ish. A lot of it I gave away. Some of it disappeared when I moved. You know, a lot of stuff. But yeah, I say all that to say, I remember the history of Skechers a little bit. Probably would be an interesting video just to do, just for fun. Maybe in the future. Just going down the rabbit hole. Let's see. Manny with a kick says, Europe. What up, Manny? What up? What up? Manny with a kick says, those dirty Air Force Ones, low, straight trash. Come on, man. They may be, but they sold out on the sneakers app. Now I don't know if this was a fake like sellout, and then we'll see how it goes. But same time, right now on the sneakers app, it's showing sold out. Why? I don't know. And like I said, before you probably came here, Manny, I was saying it off rip. If I had to guess, I'm assuming people are buying it for content. You know what I'm saying? Because let's just keep it 100 too. Sneaker YouTube. And just, I guess, if you want to say, not even just sneaker YouTube, but if you think of as far as like, I guess you can say content creating right now, it's a lot of people putting content out, but it's not hitting the same as it once was, like it was like in, 2015 and beyond. Because 2015, people was really getting it. Now, we do still have those ones that are still doing bangers, but it's still like nowhere. It's like where you pretty much went from one channel to the next back in the day. And I'm talking all the way from sneaker YouTube to just hip hop YouTube / music YouTube in general. I remember at one point when I was making content, but not nowhere on the amount that I'm making now. I remember we had like at least 6 or 7 like heavy hitter like sneaker rotations that literally they were so respectful. They dropped their content like kind of almost like simultaneously among, you know what I'm saying? Like especially when they were doing lives, and lives were very popular. One person would be live at like say like 5. The next person said, well, I got 6. And the next person said, I got 7. It was like kind of understood. Like, all right, I'm going out, go over to so-and-so, so-and-so. It was just that vibe back then. And so like more people got along, and then eventually it went left real quick. It didn't get along for a long time, right? Off mode, but on mood. Just had to get that on there real quick. Where we are real quick. Slayer says, Man with the Kick speaking. Facts, Hood TMZ podcast in the building says salute. What up, sir? Let's see. Man with the Kick says, I've been signed to Nike since birth. I've been signed to Nike since birth. Okay, I feel you. Manuel Kick says, Joe Jets and Slayer, salute. Manuel Kick says, once the prices drop and people going to return those dirty Air Force Ones back to the Nike outlet. True, because at 1.2, if y'all seen the video I dropped, yesterday? If I'm not mistaken, on the resale market, them things was touching almost 500. Like, literally almost 500, bruh. I'm not capping. So I'm curious. I may check that out, too. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and put that up on the screen, because towards the end of the live, when we talk upcoming sneaker releases, I am very curious where they are on the resale market now. So let me just pull up StockX, which I know we're not a fan of, but we still use it for the market. I don't, I'll speak for myself. I still use it for the market, so I'm very curious. Yep, prices have dropped tremendously. But if you look at my video, at one point, these joints was talking 500. But I think that's because people wanted them early for the simple fact of why. If I had to guess, they wanted it for content purposes. That's already went out the window. So everybody's going to be trying this is like that good free to test video where you don't have to do this and see if you can bring them back. To me, it still just sounds a little backwards to me. Point blank period. Where we at? Slash says, I'd rather wear the all black Air Force One, at least they clean. This is my thing. Yeah, the white ones start out dirty. The black ones, I think, is supposed to be like that. But at the same time, the thing with the all black Air Force One, I'm going to say this, and I'm just talking the regular joints. They don't get dirty as fast, but they do. The creases show a whole lot harder. And I'll say this, is it me, right? Not only does the creases show, they show hard on both shoes. I've seen some people really run through some Air Force Ones, right? I'm like, yo, you should have got a new pair 6 months ago. But I used to wear, when I worked at a certain fast food restaurant back in the day, I used to rock black Air Force Ones because you had to wear black shoes. So I bought some all black Forces. But I say all that to say, that joint, as it got older, it seems like that joint would turn shiny black too versus that light dull black that we get now. So it's kind of unique, man. So again, I can go down a rabbit hole on Air Force Ones, man. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started on tonight's topic. We're gonna start with the new person named as the pretty much brand president for Nike, and then we'll roll on to Skechers and see what's up, man. Gonna be on this joint for another roughly 30-40 minutes. I'll say 40 minutes, give or take. So let me share my screen here. Give me 2 seconds, and boom, you guys should be seeing my screen right here. Here's the first article I pulled up. So Nike has went through that. Remember, they went through the CEO change. Now they got a Nike brand president. Whatever that is, I want to do my very best to break that down tonight, right? Okay. And I appreciate everybody for coming through as always, man. It says Amy Montaigne. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. If not, please forgive me. Named Nike brand president Heidi O'Neill to retire as the swoosh makes more big management changes. And as the swoosh, I'm assuming they're referring to none other than Nike. Says O'Neill, right, has been with Nike for 26 years. And I'm assuming this is the previous person, so they're getting ready to hit their retirement. We're doing a lot of retirement too, man. A lot of people have retired early too. Not to bring the president or the administration into this whole situation debacle, but even before I got on live, we had a little, I saw some people in my neighborhood, and reality is they brought up they took an early out. So there's a lot of changes going on this year alone, and it seems to be happening very, very quickly. I mean, every week, and I've been telling this to the good fellas as well, it seems like every week there's been something type of change. You have to just adapt and survive the best you can. But it has been definitely some major changes left and right, bro. Patience though. But let me read through this article real quick. It says, Nike announced a series of changes to its senior leadership team late Monday in the effort to accelerate its progress against Win Now action plan. So I do want to see what that is too. I'm going to pull this. I'm pretty sure we probably have covered this, but I'm going to pull it over here to the site. So this is the outline just to kind of give that reminder. And this is from March 21, 2025, which I don't even think I covered this. So this is maybe something that I will cover, but I don't even remember covering this joint, and maybe I did, but I'll go through a good memory playing this because this don't seem like it's a lot too, but obviously they're going to be having some changes going over here. But let's get to the main topic at hand, stick to the party here, and then if we have some time left, I will try to go into that because I do definitely want to cover the Skechers joint. So I say we'll see how this goes. And then roughly, hopefully, if everything go right, I can transition at like the 7:40 mark to like go over Hill's outlined the plan real quick. Probably just hit the hot spots. And then for the last 10 minutes, we'll close out with Skechers and upcoming sneaker releases as well, man. So where we at real quick? According to the Swoosh, Chief Executive Officer and President Elliot Hill and Heidi O'Neill, President of Consumer Product and Brand, have decided the O'Neill division will now be divided into three distinct areas. Says customer or consumers and spots, marketing, product creation, which is inclusive of innovation and design. And there's that magic word. I'm gonna say this. You damn near can't talk sneaker talk as far as like lives or anything else without mentioning what? That word innovation. It's like that magic word. And I could just almost imagine when Dunks was beyond the live, he's like, bro, that's that key word that and it's not just Nike. When it comes to sneakers in general, dog, that's kind of been like that whole shebang of like, yo, innovation, which is basically a fancy word to say like y'all need to change something is what I get from it. It says these roles will now report directly to Hill. The company said as a result of these changes, O'Neill has decided to retire from Nike after 26 years. She will continue to serve in an advisory capacity until September. So, ironically, because this just reminds me of literally what's kind of going on just in work in general across multiple jobs. People remember, and I hate to bring politics into this, but a lot of people have pretty much took an early out, and I'm assuming this is an early retirement for her, where you pretty much go ahead and retire now, and pretty much you still be on the books, I'm assuming, until September. Similar situation is I'm not saying this is what happening, but similar situation is what it sounds like. Oh yeah, let me get this out there before we go any further. Hold live, everything I say, alleged, opinionated base. I don't know a mother trucking thing. I'm just reading on an article. I give a few thoughts on it, and I call it a day. I don't know everything. I don't work there. But this is what this podcast stuff, you give your thoughts on things, right? So like I said, I've seen that. In fact, like I said, I was talking to one of the people in my neighborhood. They took the early out, and they said they got a few more weeks, and then, pretty much they can bounce until September, kind of be like, a distant fly on the wall. And from what I got from that person, they were like, yo, I only have 5 years left to get there anyway, so I just, He said, I think what they got from, they said they're losing a little bit, but nothing like crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that person's set, man. They don't have to really, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be good regardless. You know what I'm saying? Me, however, I'm the young buck still, or the middle age, and I still got a long way to go if you think about it, man. So just, food for thought for the people who just trying to keep up with that. Says, for nearly 3 decades, Heidi has been a true champion for Nike, for sport, and for athletes across the globe. Her vision and dedication over the years have left an inedible mark on Nike and created an impact on the world of sport. Hill said in a statement, among Heidi's many successes, she most recently elevated our brand voice, innovation, there's that key word again, and product pipeline by putting support and athletes at the center of everything we do. I want to thank Heidi for her passion, commitment, service, and wish her the best on her next adventure. So this is pretty much what the previous person said that's taken over. This is what Hill said, right? I'm assuming this is what Elliot Hill, right? Because that's the person, like, the CEO now. So he's changing the game a little bit. So that's definitely Elliot Hill's words, if I had to guess, based off this article. Because, yeah, Amy Montage, I don't think she said anything. But Hill, as the boss, that kind of comes with the game sometimes whenever you're in that role and you still have to keep things professionally and worded where it means, yeah, we asked her to step down, but we gave her a straight deal she couldn't refuse. She probably wasn't ready to go, but it kind of just made sense. And now they're bringing somebody in that position. And I guarantee you, they may or may not even be making the same as this lady, but they're going to expect to perform on a higher level, if I had to guess, right? It says, As a result of this move, Amy Montaigne, previously the vice president and general manager of the Global Women's, has been promoted to president of Nike brand, responsible for obsessing and serving consumers across all sports and driving future growth for the Nike brand. So I'm very curious, like, she's supposed to bring in, like, make, in my words, if I had to word it in some form of like politician type of thing, it's like make Nike great again, right? No pun intended. And I'm not trying to cross-reference the two. I am jokingly, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they have nothing to do with each other. But that's what it seems like she's stepping in to bring that attention to it. Because, I mean, let's just keep it 100 here, man. Nike, them, in my opinion, is fishing for that next big thing. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dirty, triple dirty Air Force One and black Air Force One, right? It's a gimmick, but they know that ain't gonna stick. I've already glanced at the resale prices. I'm gonna show you guys from what, and I wish, like, if you look at my video I dropped yesterday, it shows you what they were going at and what they have drunk. It's like they're almost tanked, right? And I'm gonna just leave it right there. But yeah, very interesting, right? So I guess she's supposed to bring something new and different to the table. And let's just keep it 100, man. Nike them have had some little hits here and there, but nothing has hit that wave kind of like Travis. It's been there, but it's kind of stagnant. I don't feel like the Travis stuff is seeing a super growth, because reality is he's trying to do his own thing with Jordan Brand and Nike, but while it's selling out, it's not sticking on the level of how we did when we got that Travis Scott Air Force Ones and all that. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing you can think of, low-key, I was thinking of Off-White. I didn't even mean to give Travis that much credit, but you can think of Off-White, RIP to Virgil. Like, they brought something different and unique to the game that brought that innovation, I feel like. So, I mean, if you think about it, we haven't had an Off-White in how long? And I guess there may be some things that Nike them have to do behind the scenes deal-wise, because, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Virgil is married, or was in this case. But it's kind of like if you think of when Kobe Bryant passed away, RIP to Kobe. Nike them, I don't think they had to, basically, I think it gets willed to the wife, or they try to make a deal with the wife or the widow or what have you. And sometimes those deals can take time. Some of those guys are, you know, all right, cool, whatever it takes. I know what he wants. Some of them want to make sure they get the better deal, because, I mean, they're going to be left and taken care of very good, but they know that, hey, if they don't get something where something can constantly flow in, it's only going to last for so long. So they have to make sure they get the best deal. Like, I get it. You want to make sure to get the best deal that you think that suits you. And only you know that. And I'm talking her as in the widows and or me, right? Okay. Whenever people used to off mode but on mode, people ask you like, well, what should I ask for this position? You're like, oh, honestly, this is a word that I kind of hate, but it kind of come with the game. They're going to tell you, like, ask for what you feel that you're worth. Worst case scenario, they can say no and then keep it moving. And usually, right, in fact, I had went up for a spot at work, and, you know, it was somewhat supposed to be a better move, but that's where we bumped heads at, where I'm like, I already work here in a position, this and the third. I asked for XYZ, and they were like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? All we can do is this. And I was like, all right, cool, you know, and I stayed where I was at. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I was like, should I went to it? But I mean, like, it was going to be what you're already doing plus more. And, you know, and I know times are different too. And that's a lot of things you got to take into consideration. Something I probably should have took in consideration, like, well, times are different. Maybe we can move this way and maybe look at it like this. But I was also taught, hey, it's kind of best if you can. Right? If you can, when you're starting a new position or a new role at work, you gotta, what you want, you need to go ahead and kind of ask for up front. Because once you get behind, once you take what they give you, you're gonna have to, rumors is, and story goes and how it usually goes, and I could be wrong, but usually if you don't get it right coming through the door, and you think you're gonna go in there, give it 6 months, and that can happen, but it's going to take longer anyway. It's what I'm trying to get at. It's like, yo, get it now, or it's going to be a while before you see that option again. And multiple people have told me that, so it's got to be a thing. You know what I'm saying? Let me get back to the article real quick, where we at real quick. As a result of this move, Amy Montaigne, previously the vice president And general manager of Global Women has been promoted to president of Nike brand, responsible for, I read this part already, says Montaigne has worked at Nike for 20 years and has previously held various VP and GM roles, including Asia Pacific and Latin America, global men's, global categories, global women's, global merchandising, and other leadership positions in North America, running women's training and sportswear. Says before joining Nike, Montaigne worked in an allocation, planning, and merchandising at Gap Incorporated, Mervyn's, and Walmart. So she's got an impressive resume. So she's been at Nike for 20 years, but even before then, says she literally was at Gap, which ironically, remember Ye had a deal over there with Gap, and then Maureen's. I'm not for sure what that is, but I do know what Walmart is. Low key, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Off mode, but on mode again. Walmart kind of like my favorite, because where I grew up from is kind of like that's all I know, man. Like I'm not a Target guy, you know what I mean? And I know Target maybe having better things, but it ain't nothing like that fresh. Pull it up to Walmart. Off mode, but on mode, man. One of my shirts that I wear to work, when I make the mistake to go to Walmart on my lunch break, this has happened to me twice. Two different people on two different occasions have like, hey, yo, where's so-and-so? And the first time I kind of looked at the person weird. I was like, yo, I don't work here. And then I looked at myself in my shirt. I'm like, oh, I can kind of see why she thinks that. And I was like, oh, I don't work here. And I changed my tone. I went back and apologized. And I was like, all right, cool. Second time, I went to that joint. Like, yo, I never forget this one because it's most recent. It was like, yo, what a toothpaste at my guy. He was really nice about it, chill about it. Hey, what a toothpaste at, Al? I was like, it's on the next aisle, but I don't work here. He was like, oh, he looked at me, he's like, oh, that ain't a Walmart shirt. But like I said, and I made the mistake of wearing that shirt 2 different times. I'm like, bro, next time I go to Walmart, I know not to wear this shirt. It just it does, and like looking at it, I'm like, it does scream that I walk there. And then because I'm very familiar with the Wally worlds, because they kind of have them all structured very similar. So I know which aisles I want to hit, because I already had a list or whatever. So from the outside looking in, think about it. I'm looking at the list on my phone, but I'm kind of like moving, boom, 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 just throwing stuff in the buggy, trying to get on there because, lunch breaks are only a certain amount of time. And so like literally like looking on it, it does look how I was throwing stuff in there and moving around. I was overly confident and not looking like nobody lost too. But let me get back to this joint real quick. Sorry for the off mode. It says next, Phil McCartney, former VP of footwear, has been promoted to EVP and Chief Innovation, Design, and Product Officer, responsible for creation of innovation, coveted product season after season. This includes how Nike, Jordan, and Converse innovates, designs, and creates products for athletes around the world. It says McCartney is a seasonal professional with 27 years of experience at Nike. He previously served as a VP of Nike Footwear, a position he has held since 2016. Over the past 9 years, he has contributed significantly to the growth of Nike by working across product development, design, and merchandising for all sports and Nike sportswear. Right? Okay, so he's got an impressive resume too, man. And again, this may cover up where we don't have to cover that next article, but I would like to glance at the joint before we cut to Skechers. But anyway, we're gonna go like this. Nicole Graham, previously Chief Marketing Officer, has been promoted to EVP and Chief Marketing Officer, leading Nike, Jordan, and Converse storytelling. So I'm assuming, and I'm going to read the rest of this part. It says Graham rejoined Nike as the CMO in 2023 and 2020. Graham co-founded, adopted, and created an agency that partners with athletes, startups, and top consumer companies. Prior to that, she spent 18 years at Nike. So she's been in the game for quite some time, and looks like she's going to be over the EVP and Chief Marketing Officer. And Converse for storytelling. So this is my thing. That stuff where to be honest, this role I know is important, right? And we're gonna keep it real because Jordan Brand and Nike them we'll look at the shoe sometimes and may not like it till we get the story. Now, what is a storytelling when it comes to sneakers for the people who don't know, or at least what I think it is, right? Okay. Pretty much if you think of, we'll use the Lost and Founds, for example, the first joints, right? I'm talking the Lost and Founds, aka the reimagined Chicago joints, right? Black and red joints, right? Or the white and red joints, the Chicago. So remember, so if you think about it, and we're gonna fast forward here, I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth to explain this right here, and I know I'm all over the place. But now we're gonna fast forward to 2025, and now we're getting the UNC reimagined. But if you look, and I know the videos are already floating out there, I'm hoping I can catch a W and add to the list. But if you look at the box that we got in the Lost and Founds, aka the Chicago reimagines, that's why I told people, like, man, pick which one it is. Is it that or this? You look at that box and the lid is like orange, right? It don't make sense. Like, it throws it off. But then if you look at the UNC's fast forward, this is storytelling, right? Because the Lost and Founds, it has a story behind it, but it's still obviously, they left room, what I like to call, they left holes in a story where they can still pinpoint and put stuff in there to still overly expand the story. And to be honest, I will say this, to be fair, the Lost and Founds, reimagines, whatever you want to call them, Jordan 1, like Chicago joints, like, if you think about it, when those dropped, they did help bring the game back a little bit. We didn't go crazy. I don't think the shoe, and I haven't checked it recently, but I know at one point when it came out, and then these joints were sitting at $400-$500, and people were like, go ahead and get them now because these are gonna go up. Because if you think about that, before then we had the regular Chicago joints, and them joints went up too to like $700-$800, right? If I'm not mistaken. And so yeah, people went into panic mode, and then Nike them did do a second wave. If I'm not mistaken, they did a third wave, and I still couldn't hit. And I know there are some people that did catch W's and stuff like that for retail, but it's one of those shoes, like, was a good storytelling, and it was lost. It found, it had the ticket joint, the sticker on the box, like it was supposed to be found in, like, you know, a mom and pop store, like it was left. Now you see the lids and stuff. Everybody's showing the videos now where if you got the new joint, then you can swap the lids, and it'll be like, oh, these were probably somewhere stuck together, and the guy from the back. If you think, and I'm filling in the holes where it makes you think. Because one thing about storytelling, it's gotta leave speculation, wanting you more, because they tell the story too much, like from beginning to end, and leave no holes in it. We're gonna be like, it's gonna be harder. So I'm pretty sure that's the point of storytelling. They want to make sure they leave us always wondering, speculating, and anticipating. If I had to guess, right? And it just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's why this one I feel like is going to be a very important job. Storytelling. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the story can make the shoe better than what it is or what it's not. You know what I mean? If you want to keep it real. It really can. Like we can take it off mode as far as like movies and shows and stuff like that. To me, honest, while today, film-wise and TV-wise and technology-wise, quality is A1 steak sauce. But I tell people time and time again, oftentimes the story is missing. We got great actors, we got all the right things, but back in the day, the reason those movies still hit more than me is because of the storytelling. So you bring it back to sneakers, this is why it's important. They still got to execute and bring us a dope shoe, but if you still want to cross your T's and dot all your I's too, you know? Let me hit the chat real quick. Let's see. Man on the Kick says, run it up, hand. Appreciate that. Manny's, appreciate that. Let's see. Finally, it says Tom Clark, currently strategic advertiser to the CEO and member of the senior leadership team, has assumed the new role of chief growth of incentives officer. Clark is a 45-year veteran of Nike. He joined Nike in 1980 as a director of biochemics research before going to serve in the roles such as director of the research and development, VP of product, VP of marketing, and general manager of Nike brand. His first senior leadership role was VP of footwear and apparel, and he was president and chief operating officer from 1994 to 2000s. Says prior to becoming the strategic advertiser to the CEO in 2023, Clark served as a president of innovation for Nike for 11 years. Says, and this is a quote I'm assuming from him, I'm confident that with these new structures and leadership, and it's probably from Hill. This is definitely from Hill. My bad. I just assumed, but yeah, this is saying it's from Hill. I'm confident that with the new structure and leadership team in place, we will be able to better line up and leverage all these advantages that Nike's great, that makes Nike great. Hill added, again, I told you, what did I tell y'all towards the beginning of the line? Make Nike great again. That's obviously about to be the slogan here. No matter how you slice it and dice it. Says these exceptional leaders bring an extensive Nike experience and have been instrumental in resetting our priorities to lead with sport and put athletes at the center of everything we do. This is my thing. I know what that means too, right? If you think about it, and they're gonna try to do this slowly, and this is just my best guess. Think about what make Nike took off, right? It was Jordan. Let's just keep it 100. Nike them was dope, but they didn't really take off until Jordan took off. So he was an athlete. He was the face, and he still is. I think they're going to try to find something to get back in that mode of, if I had to get, and I should have put this 2 and 2 together, they want their next like Jordan person that can come over and take off where, they can get some dope shoes without having to bring somebody on to make the shoe hype and cool for a collab. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. Jordans was dope by themselves. And then they did kind of die down. But then the collabs came in and they was getting them right. So I think they want to do something like that. Who is that next star, next athlete that they can bring on, make a super dope shoe, and it take off like Jordan did? Because if you think about it, bruh, LeBron's is cool. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Kevin Durant is cool. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie's, when he was over there, they all right. You know what I'm saying? But the Jordan is still the number one banger. You know what I'm saying? So they want something up after that. You know what I'm saying? Travis's collab-wise hit with Jordan, but Travis's by himself, they moving, but they, you know what I mean? They know they can't do what compared to what Jordan is doing. You know what I mean? So we still got to give credit where credit is due. Says these moves comes just week after Nike named 14-year Nike veteran Jennifer Hartley as the new chief strategy officer. According to the company, Hartley will work closely with CFO Matt Friend and CEO Elliot Hill to develop, drive, and deliver Nike's strategic agenda. Says on the company's third quarter earnings call in March, Hill told analysts about its win now strategy Nike execs developed back in December. According to the CEO, who joined the company in October, these new priorities are centered around 5 fields of play, 3 countries and 5 cities. Net income at the Beaverton, Oregon-based company in quarter 3 was $794 million, down 32% from the $1.2 billion in this year ago period. Diluted earnings per share was 54 cents, says a decrease of 30 cents from 77% in the same time last year. Net sales in the period were $11.3 billion, down 9% from $12.4 billion on the reported basis compared to the previous year or prior year. So pretty much they're trying to get something different to the team. And to be honest, they probably already anticipated this, and I'm pretty sure I covered this one, but they probably already anticipated this joint that at the end of the day, they knew when you get a new guy in the office, even just like with the previous guy that was before Hill, when you get a new guy in the office, and I've seen this happen with company and after company, right down to at J.C. Penney and them, you know what I'm saying? When they get a new guy in there, they're going to make some changes, and sometimes companies anticipate a slight dip before they climb back up, period. Inside Nike's Win Now strategy aimed to help customers fall in love with something new. This is from March 2021, 2025. I'm not sure if I covered this one, but I'm going to probably save this one probably for a later date. I don't think I've covered this one before, and this is going to be like somewhat of an in-depth read here, and I'll definitely double check this before next live. So I'm going to keep this one up because I do want to cover the Skechers story real quick for like the last 10 minutes. So long story short, let's close this out. We're here. This one we may save roll to Saturday, and then for the last 10 minutes, I do want to make sure I cover upcoming sneaker releases because, like I said, I'm only going to be on this joint for an hour, so we got the main topic at hand out of here because this was something I kind of stumbled up on for sure. So where we are, real quick, let's talk Skechers. It says Skechers acquired by 3G Capital for $9 billion. Says 3G Capital acquisition of Skechers is expected to finalize in the third quarter of 2025. Keep in mind, we've seen a lot of companies do sales and stuff like that. I mean, right down from Supreme and them too, bro. It says Skechers announced today that it had been acquired by the private equity firm 3G Capital in a massive $9 billion deal. I wonder what this means for Snoop. Will he still be getting on the ads and still getting to the monies? Or I'm pretty sure his contract is set up a certain way too. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe, maybe not. Because to be honest, it's kind of funny to me that Snoop of all people would be working doing ads for Skechers. I'm not knocking it because, hey, get your monies how you can. But it is kind of unique to me, right? Because you would think of anybody. Snoop wore Chuck Taylors all the time, and Nike has Chuck Taylors. That could easily be a simple collab over there, too, with having Snoop over there. You know, it ain't gonna probably do like on the level of a Travis, but I think it'll help bring out some of the OGs, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, he's over at the Skechers. Who's to say he can't work with both at the same time? I don't know. Says the announcement says that the footwear company will continue to implement its current growth strategies, including designing award-winning and innovative. Again, every sneaker, whatever you talk about, the word innovative will pop up. And other incentives led by the current chairman and CEO, Robert Greenberg, president, and Michael Greenberg, and COO, David Wingberg. So a lot of Bergs in this joint. Skechers was founded in 1992 and has since been known to release sneakers that look like copycat versions of existing footwear models. I'm just reading it. Now, I haven't really seen no like copycat joints, but I have seen some stuff where Nike them did have like a lawsuit with that or something like that. Most recently, however, in 2023, Skechers launched a performance basketball line and features an NBA star lineup of endorsements headlined by Joel Embiid and Julius Randle and others. But, you know, they still ain't got like those are some great people, but, you know, still different ball game. Says, we are thrilled to be partnering with Skechers and look forward to working with the entrepreneur of Robert Caliber and the talented Skechers team, 3G Capital CEO and co-managing partner Alex Bingherg and co-managing partner Daniel Suarez. Says Skechers is an iconic founder-led brand with a track record of creative and innovation. We have immersion for the business that the team has built and look forward to supporting the company next chapter. Our team at 3G Capital is built to partner with companies like Skechers. 3G Capital acquisition of Skechers is scheduled to finalize sometime in the third quarter of 2025, which will end the brand's nearly 3-decade run as a publicity trade of the company. So pretty much, yeah, this was a quick read real quick. I'm kind of glad we got to that one. So definitely want to say that. And this is kind of like pretty much what watchers are saying about the blockbuster deal. The $9 billion, this one is the biggest shoe buyouts in history. And that's one of the things, too, that you want to bring out here. Metal Kick says, what a bunch of birds. Hey, chill, bro. But I mean, that was the ending of their name. So wouldn't be surprised they're in some way, shape, or form. And I wouldn't be surprised with companies like this that they all kind of grew up together. They're in some way, in shape, or form tied together other than just businessmen. You know what I'm saying? Says the company will remain at its Manhattan Branch, California headquarters. But apparently this is the biggest deal. $9 million, dog. And that is a lot. I wonder if the people that bought it, are they going to see if that's going to get their monies back? Skechers, $9 billion, go to a private deal with Brazilian private equity firm 3G Capital, the biggest shoe buyout in history. Cultivated market watchers around the world on Monday. The blockbuster move is a reflection of the business powers Robert and Michael Greenberg. So they got to be that. The father and son duo. Okay, there we go. More information. So that's father and son. That's why they got a whole bunch of birds. Duo that's taken the company from family startup to global powerhouse during the past 3 decades. That's 30 years to the best of my knowledge. The deal struck in the midst of U.S. President Donald Trump's dramatic global trade war comes at a time when the footwear industry, which is heavily exposed to China and other Asian production hubs, is under intense pressure. So, I mean, to be honest, it sounds like these guys are like, yo, it's too much going on. Let's go ahead and get out now while we still, let's get out with some bread. We good. We don't get what we came to do and keep it moving. It says, Skechers said that its senior management team will lead the transition alongside 3G Capital. The company will continue to be led by Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Robert Greenberg and President Michael Greenberg and the rest of the current management team. So again, this is the duo where they're going to still remain, but they, sold the company, but they still remain someone in charge. I mean, because if they were doing something right, if it ain't broke, why fix it? I've always said that too. Skechers will remain headquartered in the hometown of Manhattan Beach, California. The deal is expected to close in the third quarter. Let's see. Robert and Michael have done a phenomenal job with Skechers, said Gilbert Harrison's chairman of investment banking advisory firm Harrison Group and chairman of the investment banking firm he founded, Financial and Company. Let's see real quick. Harrison noted that Skechers is run as a very entrepreneurial business, and having the team retain a stake also ensured that they remain with the company. Without the team that Skechers has, the business would be worth significantly less, the banker concluded. So yeah, these guys have been doing what they're doing, and let's just keep it 100. Their transitions have been quiet and subtle, but I mean, they're still obviously bringing in bread. I mean, you got like Snoop over there, if I'm not mistaken, Martha Stewart over there. Totally, if you think about where Skechers started and where they come from, they talk about, hey, we can switch up another audience and still do it. Like, to be honest, when I think of Skechers, I think of people who just like are retired and they able to walk all day. There's some great walking shoes, I have seen some knockoff wannabes allegedly. And then, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Kanye say he was going to pull up the Skechers and they turned them around? Was that The Office? Remember when the whole Adidas thing went down? Just guessing. Says, following the acquisition news, Skechers shared spiked more than 24% on Monday in the big board trading, closing at $61.39. $61.39. The deal is estimated at $9.6 billion based on the Form 13D filed on Monday with the Securities and Exchange Commission, listing the total outstanding Class A and Class B common stock shares as of Monday 2nd. The shares outstanding could change by the time the deal closes, and there are typically adjustments made to the purchase price, such as the valuation of the inventory and any outstanding debt that the deal currently values reflects nearly 30% premium over the stock prices from Friday's close at $49.37 a share. So yeah, pretty much, and I'm gonna we're gonna knock it off right here. So pretty much, I think that's gonna cover Skechers, because I do want to make sure we do upcoming sneaker releases real quick, and we may even follow up on this one if we need to on Saturday as well, because like I said, man, this is going to be a very interesting. I didn't know it would be this in depth, but actually this is kind of interesting because at the end of the day, it's business and you got to know how it goes. And I think I'll leave it right here. I'll keep these up and let's just talk upcoming sneaker releases for like the last 2 to 5 minutes, and then we'll wrap things up here for the night. Now, I do want to show you guys, while I got my screen up, what these triple dirty black and Air Force One in whites are currently going for. So even if you see me refreshing my page right here, you can buy now, depending on the size, of course, at $185. That's my size for a size 10. Yeah, some of them are still kind of up there. Like we got a size 9, that's still like $349, and then 8.5s and 8s, they're at $800 from the 7s and stuff like that. So I feel like they're still gonna come down. It just depends, but that lets me know which market bought them, you know what I'm saying? Or they're trying to hold out on them. So like the smaller sizes, this is screaming too. Me and Dunks was talking about this. It's screaming younger generation all over it. My generation and up, I don't think so. But I think like Dunks has a son, and I was like, I guarantee you, I was like, yo, he don't be surprised to see him ask you for these, and I know what he said, and I'll leave it right there. But I was like, yo, I see that for them because I'm like, this is something that kind of we probably would have been into growing up, maybe not. But these generation, they like the next thing. Now, one thing I don't like about these is that Nike check right here on the side panel joint towards the toe area. Not a move for me. And if you look at the white pair, same thing. If I want to get my size 193, now 6.5 is still at 800. Then some is 200. So they're climbing down. Actually, the white pair is climbing down way more than the black pair. If you think about this, white pair, this one, I feel like if you hold out a little bit, you probably going to be in the good. Now, to get these probably right somewhere closer to what they were retail, which I think was like 130. I don't see these going up. And this my thing is this one looks way worse than the black pair, and that's probably why the black pair price is holding a little bit longer, because like they don't look as nowhere near dirty as this white pair, as we brought up at the beginning of the live. You know what I'm saying? So this white pair is like, what if the person, I mean, to be honest, what if people got something similar to this and try to pass it off as that? You know what I mean? This could be a scamming situation too, even if you don't have to. I've seen a lot of like the younger generation, like the middle schoolers and high schoolers, dog, like just like coming home from the gym and en route, seeing these guys catch the bus. Some of these guys' shoes look like this already, and I'm not judging, but, and again, I remember this was the wave where they wanted them like this. They didn't want a fresh pair like my generation did. But again, believe it or not, there's some shoes that look like this already. You know what I'm saying? And then also we have the reimagined. I did see somebody like say that these did tank. So we do have these coming on Friday. The Jordan 1 reimagined UNC joints. Me personally, not surprised to see these tank like that. They're at 180 retail and then they tank. The market is just not what it is right now, man. And we're going to keep it real. And I don't want to say like that's like a bad thing, but it's just not the same. And it just comes with the game. You know what I mean? I feel like the true OG sneaker collectors, they're going to be there. You know what I'm saying? I know we got the Tortellines coming as well. Do I have these up here somewhere? Yeah, right here. We have these coming this week as well. Me personally, not a major fan, but I don't hate them either. And I do got a video probably coming up on that one. And then the only other one I seen, I know we have, if I'm not mistaken, the Dion's, the all red joints. They're supposed to be coming up on here somewhere too. Where we at? Those are dedicated to his grandmother. I know those are dedicated to his mother. My bad, not his grandmother. The Dion joints that are anticipated, they're supposed to be dedicated to his mother, man. So again, those are supposed to be coming this week as well, and I should have those a video out for that as well. Let me put myself back on the main screen. I'll touch the chat one more time as we get ready to wrap things up here. Hope you guys enjoyed the live. Definitely smash the like button as y'all come in and out, man, because it really means a lot to the kid, because we just hit that hour and 2 mark. I still got some more topics that I want to hit on Saturday, so I will be back live again. Long Beach says, those look terrible. Yo, I knew when Dunks hit me up, I want to say like, it was like Monday, right? Homie was going in. Like, he had joke after joke. I mean, we talk sports too, but he was like, yo, anybody who buy these, and then he goes, watch, he's going to sell out. Yeah, and I agree with him. Let's see. Long Beach says, shaking my head. Again, guys, I just think these are for the younger generation. You know what I'm saying? The teenagers, the preteens, what have you. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, no. I don't understand why that even... Who even thought the steward got inspired to do this at Nike, in my opinion. But again, they obviously knew something we didn't know, because it's showing sold out. And I'm not sure if that fake sellout where we see the numbers come back up where it's available again. Hey, guys, few sizes left after like a week or two, because that seems like that's been a part of Nike's them strategy as well, too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've been on the joint for an hour and 3 minutes. Let's go ahead and wrap things up here for the night. Definitely was a good one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely will be back live again on Saturday with another sold out live, another sold out podcast. But until then, smash the like button, sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday, but this is sold out, where I'll see you guys again on Saturday. with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. And like I said, sign up for that Sold Out Discord. It's free to sign up. And yeah, man, I'm officially out this thing. Y'all smash that like button. And yeah, peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry, oh why? Oh, I'ma cry, oh why? I'ma cry, oh why? I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry, oh why? Oh, I'ma cry, oh why? I'ma cry, oh why? I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, People said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone.